Face reality, people. Movies are dead. Games are dead. Narrative? Dead.
Media is nothing but neural trigger response and viral conditioning.
Wait, what are you two talking about?
All right, just got another reaction here. Clay Travis. I don't really know who this is, but Anthony recommended this video, and about the failing ESPN will destroy itself by overpaying for the NBA. Is there any like background or anything you want to say, Anthony, that will lead us into this?
Well, he's gonna get into it, but apparently ESPN had to double its rate that it was given the NBA, and now they're getting less access than before. And it seems to be a strictly a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario. If they don't keep the NBA, well, they're getting dwindling returns either way from cable subscriptions and trying to supplement it with streaming, which is not ideal. The most ideal way of making money is the way they've been doing it through cable, charging people $10 a month to carry ESPN. And so they're losing profitability, and at the same time, the NBA just raised their prices and are giving them less content. But at the same time, they I don't know, they're like in a free fall really, and they're saying we could fall even faster if we lose the NBA, even though this is a bad deal for us financially.
Maybe they're gonna go for the. They're also entering the Brownie sweepstakes. Let's get as many Laker games as we can, and this one maybe last season. Hurrah!
I don't know where they're going.
Right.
But it's already affected TNT. TNT's already bowed out.
That one's fucking crazy to me because of the personalities that are there. It's like, where do these guys? Did they go to NBC now? Did they go to ESPN? NBA
He's gonna
TV?
talk about that, but it's the problem. So there's like an internal problem. NBC beat TNT out, right?
Mm-hmm.
NBC is owned by Comcast. Comcast is a cable provider. Comcast has had disputes with Paramount and Time Warner Cable about their properties. Comcast has been for a long while, one, trying to lower the price they have to pay Warner and Paramount, and two, may even want to buy Warner and Paramount. So if you want to buy them or you want to lower either one, it would make total sense to make them lose one of their highest commodities, so they have less leverage at the negotiating table.
Yeah. Gordon Gekko shit, bro.
Yeah, Gordon Gekko shit, eating like the industry within. Without further ado,
Gotta love it, sports fans. All right, here we go. Here's Clay Travis.
But it's really an intriguing time in media, in particular in sports media. And I'm going to try to make sense of how the NBA television rights has turned into a really interesting representation of a fascinating time in media overall. So let me start here. This is a great study if you're a business person, if you're a kid out there and you're interested in a sports business paper to write. I've been talking about this for really about a decade. And it's interesting because about a decade ago, in 2014 or so, could be a year on either side, but around 2014, the overall cable and satellite bundle peaked. Over 100 million people had subscribed, and the business was the greatest business in the history of media. Whether you were Comcast, whether you were Fox, whether you were Disney, whether you were Paramount, whether you were Warner Brothers, CNN, HBO, whatever the entity was that you want to point to, the cable and satellite bundle peaked in 2014 with the overall number of subscribers that were out there. I wrote an entire book that really kind of told you this whole story, and I would still encourage you to go read it because I think I was right on basically everything that I said in that book, Republicans Buy Sneakers Too. And really, I walked through the overall collapse that we were seeing of the bundle and how I thought it was setting off a panic in the world of media, but that sports media was a big part of this. And overall, you've seen, by and large, many different sports leagues have to recognize that making the same amount of money is basically a win now. And so we'll see what the NBA ends up getting. I think they're maybe going to double the number that they got in the last deal on average. But remember, thanks to Joe Biden's inflation, if you're not going up 30 or 40%, maybe even 50% back to when they signed this deal, you're actually losing ground. There's not enough talk about this, but every time you hear, oh, the stock market just set a new high or something like that, really that's not true. You have to be up 30 or 35% since Joe Biden came into office, just since then, based on inflation, to actually be making money at all. But that's a whole nother story.
Sneaking in his little political bullshit. Like, listen, guys. It's funny money either way. Go ahead, pick your clown president person. It's going to be funny money no matter what. Biden's going to brag, like, look at the stock market. He's going to brag about that shit. Trump's going to brag about the GDP. Like, they're going to do these things, bro. Don't listen to guys who it's going to attempt to shovel shit in your fucking mouth for the sake of political teams, bro. Who really wins when the stock market is truly up? It'll trickle down to you, I promise, one day. I fucking hate politics, bro. Dumb people that follow politics. Anyways, here we go.
2014 cable and satellite bundle peaks. Now we're talking about the collapse of the cable and satellite bundle. And I want to give you a few examples, but Warner Brothers Discovery is a perfect example of this. If you look right now, literally as I am talking to you live, Warner Brothers Discovery, the business overall has completely collapsed. It is down under $8 a share. And to put that in context, when was it? Let me go back a few years on my scale here. Warner Brothers Discovery was around $70 a share 3 years ago. So just about 3 years ago, Warner Brothers Discovery around $70 a share. The company has lost 90% of its market cap in the last 3 years. Paramount is up big today because it looks like there may be some sort of battle that is going to be fought over who ends up owning Paramount. But by and large, the stock has been a disaster for the past several years, as nobody seems really that willing to make a substantial run at anywhere near what Paramount used to be. There's a battle going on over who's going to own Paramount, but just as I told you that its stock has collapsed, its stock price was over $70 a share. It has lost about 85% maybe of its overall value in the past 3 years too. Disney is down substantially. It's down about 50%, it's basically the same price it was a decade ago. Fox has done well because Rupert Murdoch decided to sell off so many of its assets to Disney near the peak of the market. But my point on this is sports leagues for a long time were able to increase the amount of money they made because the cable and satellite bundle was such an incredible offer. Now the NBA is going to the market and Paramount's collapsed, Warner Brothers Discovery's collapsed, Disney has collapsed. A lot of the bidders are falling apart. The Wall Street Journal, unless things have changed, has said that ESPN's going to continue to pay way more than even it had past paid, going to go up $1 billion in what it's paying, and it's going to get way less. Meanwhile, they're saying Amazon is going to come in and then Warner Brothers Discovery or Comcast is going to get the other part of this. Now, this is fascinating. You may have seen me tweet about this. And again, I need to write long form about this. ESPN's business profitability is going to basically cease to exist based on what they're paying for the college football playoff and on what they're going to have to pay for the NBA. Profitability is going to vanish, okay? They're desperate. They're afraid that their profitability will decline even faster if they don't.
And they're on the left. Like, I get all this shit, and like, I'm not really into economics like that. And something tells me Disney will make out fine. They might have to change some things around. But we're talking about Warner Brothers and Disney. It's like, those are super uber monsters, bro. I'm just saying. But, you know, economically or, you know, so their content sucks ass. But whatever. Dune 2, here we go.
Do it. So that's why ESPN is doing this. Also worth noting, all of these companies were dealing with cable and cord cutting collapsing. And simultaneously, as bad of a threat as that would have been to their business, they also decided that they should get into the streaming market and try to compete with Netflix. And instead, they're losing money hand over fist. Netflix is still the only company to make money off of streaming. Disney has lost, for instance, $11 billion so far on its streaming service. Paramount's lost money hand over fist. Warner Brothers has lost money hand over fist. So they saw suddenly that their cable and satellite business was collapsing, and they actually panicked and decided to start a streaming service to compete with Netflix, and it actually led to their business collapsing even faster. It's a very fascinating study that one day will be written about what I've been talking about for the past decade. So Disney, through ESPN, is going to wildly overpay for the NBA, even though ratings are collapsing, because they're terrified their business is going to collapse even faster if they don't have the NBA. Amazon is actually an intriguing decision. I don't disagree with the Amazon decision in general because they're in a different dynamic. And let me explain what I mean. And again, I'm going to write long form on this, so I'm kind of giving you a little bit of a synthesis as I see it. Amazon now has Thursday Night Football. They've got some regional sports. They're now reportedly going to add the NBA. I actually think that can make sense for them, even though I think they're wildly overpaying, because their business model is very different. They already have Amazon Prime streaming. They make most of their money off cloud computing, but they may be playing a long game here where their idea is we're going to be able to target individuals who are watching our games based on their Amazon Prime login and know exactly what ads to serve them. So, for instance, when we had babies in this household, young kids in diapers, we bought a lot of diapers. Amazon was always delivering diapers to our house. Instead of serving me up an ad to try to convince me that I should
left.
go buy retirement advice, they would know that I'm a ways away from retirement back in the day. They would have known that I had a baby in the house, and they would have served me baby diaper ads or food for baby ads.
So the argument is more advertisers will come around because of their basically targeting consumers with products.
Well,
Or more in-depth targeting. Right?
well, yeah, Amazon. Well, Amazon is now into the what is it? You could call the show business, the entertainment business.
Yeah.
And they also sell products. So it's like Amazon is like it's kind of sick what they're doing, bro. That's just in certain instances it's good business, but if you knew how they got there, it'd be a little shady.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
that's
still
what
see
they're doing. They're trying to like what's the algorithmically beat the system. as far as commerce, entertainment, all things in between.
I love the funny money. Like, what doesn't that? I'd have to ask you, like, doesn't that weird you out, man? That there's some weird computer somewhere on a server that's like targeting you, like literally targeting your life for their like profit.
If it was ideologically based, yeah, it would for him. But since it's money based, he has no problem with it because money is good no matter what. Greed is good in every instant, apparently.
Oh man.
So you take an ideology to it. Greed is good for these guys.
Hey man, what do they have to collect in order to know that you need baby diapers? They need to collect you up, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, different topic. There we go.
Gerber, whatever it is, the foods, the Similac,
Oh,
the
it's gonna
things
get
that
worse.
babies need, instead of a generic ad that everybody saw on CBS or Fox or NBC.
Listen to
They're on
this.
Thursday Night Football able to, at that time, target the Travis household, which had babies, and sell me baby ads. Right now, we have, unfortunately, we got cats, all right? My kids and my wife wanted cats. We buy cat food from Chewy, I think it is, constantly arriving at our house. They could sell me a cat food advertisement, and that might make more sense than a generic ad. They know that I gamble. They can use gambling ads. So Amazon's going to be able to individually target you based on what they know that you buy, and that's going to, in theory, lead to the ability to sell for a way higher rate because the ads are going to be specifically targeted. That's a game changer. Okay? So I understand the Amazon idea. I actually think Amazon is going to buy a sports gambling company at some point in the next few years. I think it would make.
I mean, wait, what about the okay? The point is like to get properties like the NBA or something like that, right? What if the NBA has a dispute with products being like, let's say it's some right winger dude like this, and he's getting American Patriot ads, right? Wouldn't the NBA be like, we don't want that shit next to our product? I don't care who's it for. Or will they say, fuck it, we want the money, do it, pull the trigger? What's that?
They want the money.
That figures. Kill their whole narrative though. I kind of talked over.
The ads are going to be specifically targeted. That's a game changer. Okay? So I understand
if you're a
the
creepy
Amazon
business
idea.
guy,
I actually think
game
Amazon is going to buy a sports gambling company at some point in the next few years.
I could
think
see
it would
that.
make a ton of sense for them to buy FanDuel, DraftKings, MGM, whoever it is, and go all in with one partner because they know exactly what state you're in. They know exactly whether you watch sports gambling or not if you're an Amazon Prime viewer, and they would be able to target you more effectively and efficiently in that way. So to me, Amazon is a different.
Is he in favor or against this? Are you saying it's strictly ideological? Wow.
He's in favor. It's part of the ideology.
Fuck, man. Fuck. It's like fuck. You make me want to take money, like take all your money away from you. You like live life at some point, and it's like, wait a minute, how important is this shit? What game are you playing with me? You're studying what I type into my phone to target me for fucking baby diapers. That's fucking weird, bro. Like if a human did that as an individual, walking around life did that as an individual, like, hey man, I saw you go into that store buy those baby diapers. I'm gonna follow you around and maybe it's like, hey, maybe buy baby diapers from my company. Would you like just an individual, a person doing it? They'd be like, get that weirdo away from me. This is some weirdo motherfucker. This is creepy. Get the fuck away from me. 100%. But because it's some sort of faceless goon aura of a company somewhere, we're like, yeah, give me more. Sell me those fucking diapers, bro. Yeah, I know you had to like go into all my information and try to study who I am as a person in order to figure this out, but still, go for
My
it.
tendencies, yeah. You know my tendencies. In a different context, he would be against this, but in this context, he's for it.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I'm sure this guy's a political ignoramus who knows nothing about history of what countries do and all that shit. To where, like, hey, this isn't just like, oh man, I feel spied upon, like something simple like that. Like, it could be something where it's like potentially very dangerous of a thing. Like, I don't know, let's say he was all gun ho for Trump, right? Which I guess I'm assuming he is. But then Trump becomes, number one terrorist in the world or some shit. Like, now do you want Amazon following you around, bro? You want them looking into what you look into? Like, do you want that shit if you're ostracized by, society, where they're spying on like all your shit, all your data? Like, right now it feels nice and comfy because I drink my coffee, I wear my advertisements, he follows the line. Let's say he steps out of line as far as social norms, and now you have people staring at your data. How comfortable are you now, bud? And it'll be everywhere, and you're the one who fucking picked up a big sign and said, "Please do it more." Holy shit, bro. Like, yeah, don't do something horrible, man. Or at least considered socially horrible. I'm just saying. That was the whole point of the Edward Snowden thing, of why people were so pissed off about it. Like, hey, what if I end up on a quote-unquote terrorist list? Hey, I'm a journalist. Why am I being stopped at the airport and frisked to fucking no end? And fucking patted down for hours and hours? Like, this didn't happen before. Like, well, you didn't say that one thing in that one article to where we have to do this now. It's like, well, what do you think's gonna happen? Whatever, man. Sorry, I'm going into politics. Give it. There you go.
Or not, if you're an Amazon Prime viewer, and they would be able to target you more effectively and efficiently in that way.
More effectively
So,
and
me,
more efficiently.
Amazon
Cheer
is
it
a
on, then,
different
you
paradigm.
Orwellian dipshit.
You can argue that maybe they could unlock value that doesn't exist by being able to overpay for the NBA. I don't think the same is true at all. As I just said, ESPN's desperate. They're wildly overpaying in an existing marketplace that makes no sense. And
it's because they went to the left.
I think the even more interesting battle here is
go woke, go broke.
What's going on reportedly with Comcast, which owns NBC, going head-to-head against Warner Brothers. I think Comcast sees taking the NBA away from Turner as a knockout punch to the Turner network, which would potentially save them billions of dollars in not having to pay as much to carry the Turner networks. They might even say, we don't even need Turner, TBS. We don't need any of your networks. We're going to lowball you because we took the NBA away from you. That's a story that isn't being told. Maybe it's even crazier than that. Comcast might be seeing it as an opportunity to maybe buy all of Warner Brothers Discovery for a rack rate low price and roll it in as a part of their overall brand to the extent it was allowed to do. I think that's possible. I think there's a play there where it's not even about the NBA, it's about the larger media battle. Also, remember they have announced Fox, ESPN, and Warner Brothers Discovery have a new partnership where they are going to roll out their own sports streaming offer that is supposed to be available this fall. If Warner Brothers doesn't have the NBA, what are they actually bringing to that partnership? Comcast and CBS are not a part of that sports offering. This is an opportunity to cut the legs out of Warner Brothers Discovery. Again, I'm going to write on it longer form, but this is not just about the NBA. The NBA may be benefiting because it's a small player in a much bigger media war. That's what's going on here. I think it's worth thinking about. Also tie in. So I'm going to write on this long form, hopefully Sunday. If not,
Yeah, he's done.
Uh, I mean, I hate funny money and funny money business, bro. I fucking hate these idiots, bro.
It's Game of Thrones for these people.
Exactly. It's it's in reality, like I said, giant company does it. This faceless giant company does it. No one fucking moves an inch. But if some guy was individually doing this in their own personal life, like doing this to other people, they're like, "Yo, get this fucking creep out of here, bro." But like, this is where I have to turn and look at the fans, the sports fans, or just media consumption in general. It's like, bro, I don't know why we have these. Like, and the politics are washing over it too. By the way, it's giving these fools a new image. The whole like these guys are woke, or these guys keep it real. These are real motherfuckers to listen to watch. That's a fucking barrage, fucking mask stapled on over like what these businesses actually do and represent and shit like that, bro. So him say like, oh, they're gonna go. Maybe I didn't hear him say it, but like Tim Bull or something like, yeah, they're going woke, so they're gonna go broke. Like that protects them from what these guys actually do. That's the weird thing about it. It protects them.
Yeah.
Like look at the narrative, and let's say the whole culture war thing kind of disappears a bit. In 20 years from now, and they look back at these companies and like, what were these guys doing that's so bad? And like, well, they kept trying to put black people in movies, right? They tried to replace Snow White with a black chick. That's gonna be like some of the extent of it, instead of the weird business dealing shits that are happening in the fucking background. This is actually like cleaning history for them, bro. Cleaning their slates. Good God. I thought it'd be a problem just to be inauthentic. I thought that'd be like a big problem to people, but apparently not. Unless it's the neighbor down the street, then you fucking notice it. Good God. This guy worked for ESPN, you said?
I don't know if he did. I think he did. I'm not sure.
You probably work for some sort of sports thing, right? Sports organization or whatever. And it's
I
like,
think he writes blogs or something, or articles.
let's say, well, it's safe to say he's been around at least some mid-level business in the sports entertainment world, right? He's been
I'm
around
checking
someone
out.
like that, or investigated someone, or did an article on someone, or interviewed someone, or whatever, right? Like, I'm sorry to go back into politics, but like, how do you not see the game being done with like a guy like Donald Trump? Is he telling me like the advertisement's actually true this time? The marketing to make the guy look good no matter what? This time it's true. It's lying when you're talking about Biden. It's lying when you're talking about Obama or any other fucking same politician we've seen 20 billion times already. For some reason with that guy, the marketing is actually true. He actually is. He actually does have an 8-inch penis. He really does. He could
Oh
definitely
no,
he can bench press 400 pounds. It's true. True marketing. Go ahead.
this guy worked. He worked. He started his career as a lawyer for Virgin Islands.
He knows that. He fucking knows the dirty shit, bro. And this fool's in here lying to you. He knows, man. He fucking knows,
Oh
bro.
no, in the Virgin. No, my bad. In the Virgin Islands and Tennessee.
Oh, in the Virgin Islands? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you
Then
meant
he
like
went to work
Virgin,
on.
like the company
Yeah,
Virgin.
no, I thought. Yeah, I thought so. No. Then he went to go work for CBS as a writer. Then he went to go work for Deadspin,
These are close enough to me. Close enough.
and then he made. He was working on Fox Sports for a little bit, but yeah, now he has his own channel.
These fucking idiots, bro. Like,
He
not.
took over. Oh yeah, he's on radio. He took over Rush Limbaugh's radio spot, Premier Network.
Oh, that he. I guess he's in on it then.
Oh yeah,
He's not some innocent patsy fool idiot that when he sees the baby bodies burning, he's like, "Oh, what have I done?" He's like, I'm already in on it, bro, and on the game. So just keep those images away from me. But I'm in on it. Salute the flag, asshole. Probably pull up your damn pants. Yeah. We have to, when we let these fuck faces, it's some sort of wiggle room in these areas. I don't care if it's about sports. Politics, sports, these things all transverse with each other. They all dance together. They're part of culture, bro. When we lit artificial fuck faces through the fucking door, we're gonna end up in a situation where we have to wait till he sees the fucking dead bodies before he starts caring. If he ever does, like, period. Because he gets rewarded for his dipshittery. He gets a paycheck for his dipshittery. He gets a fan base for his dipshittery. He gets a platform for his dipshittery. And we have to wait for him to figure it out before, like yeah, bro, we're telling you, bro, these guys are corrupt. No. He becomes a human shield at that point, protects them, and then 20 years later, when the dead bodies start coming uncovered, like, oh wait, oh shit, man, I was wrong about that. Hey, really? We have to wait for you to fucking figure it out. Holy fuck. The Me Too movement's so woke. Then something like Diddy happens. It's like, oh fuck. Some of them can be bad, actually. It's not all about hating men. Not saying I'm in favor of the Me Too movement. It's just another version of what he's doing, probably. Good God.
Yep.
Oh, there it is. Humanity's fucking stupid. You deserve it. Here comes the aliens. Take over the planet. We earned it. Earned it, bro. We the best. Alright, I'm sure that had nothing to do with why you brought this topic up in the first place, but here's my rant.
I like where it went.
Anything you want to say?
I'm
let
good.
it fly, man.
Done a bit.
Let it fly or get outkicked. Outkick.com. Weeb. Fucking dweebs in our fucking world, bro. That sounds very Nazi-like. We let them in our culture, bro. We let them. They get passes, bro.
The final solution.
Sorry, like, motherfuckers, I knew who Drake was already, bro. How dare you? Wait till now. He has 40,000 #1 hits before you're like, wait a minute, maybe this guy's like full of shit. Like, yeah, really? Not saying the pedo stuff. I'm saying like culturally, he's like artificial. It's like, clear as day. Like everything, like his beard probably comes off, bro. Like everything looks artificial.
You wanna know what's sad, Jordan? You wanna know what's really sad?
What?
Most people already forgot that shit.
Remember the music, though. Maybe one day in 30 years, some kid will hear like, "Man, what are the greatest diss tracks of all time?" And they're gonna hear that Kendrick and they're like, "Yo, Drake was trash, bro. I didn't even know." As he's dancing at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the most votes for Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ever. Drake. Can't wait. Anyways, here's my reaction to. I don't even know if I covered this topic at all, but whatever. Here's our reaction to Clay Travis. Failing ESPN will destroy itself by overpaying for the NBA.